Some folks come to the Minnesota State Fair for the food. Others really want to talk about central banking. I'm here today to talk about the economics of seasonal employment. Only about 90 people work for the fair year-round. They add 3,000 seasonal workers, and then the vendors here tack on another 10,000 jobs. For the last few years, my kid is one of them. He's back there with the butterflies. 13,000 workers, that's roughly 0.5% of the state's total employment. For 12 days, these 300 acres become roughly the 13th largest employer in Minnesota. One reason seasonal jobs are especially important, they provide income and experience to what economists call less attached members of the labor force. That includes plenty of young people trying to get a foot in the working world, but many other folks besides. Think about construction, which is the most seasonal industry, according to research from the Chicago Fed. I was a little surprised to find there is no official statistic for seasonal jobs or seasonal workers in the U.S. It's just a very slippery thing to measure. Census data do tell us how many weeks people work in a year. I conservatively calculate, factoring in some unemployment for full-time workers, about 1 in 10 workers is seasonal in some sense. On a national level, seasonality has a lot to do with Christmas. Employment peaks from October to December, then there's a big sad layoff in January. In Minnesota, though, our seasonal surge is in the summer. Important note, this mostly does not include farm workers. The way they show up in the jobs data, or don't, would take a whole separate video. As important as it is, seasonal work is continuing a long-term decline as a component of the overall jobs picture. Here's a look at how the raw jobs numbers differ from the seasonally adjusted ones since 1960. A more complex statistical approach from that Chicago Fed research tells the same story. One big reason is construction. Minnesota, Montana, and North Dakota happen to have the greatest seasonal fluctuation in construction in the lower 48, but that's gotten way less over time with better technology for building in cold weather. Seasonal hiring around the holidays is also falling in recent years. Fed policymakers mostly rely on seasonally adjusted data to see past the predictable ups and downs to the underlying trends. But seasonal hiring deserves an eye, too. This summer, our regional economists at the Minneapolis Fed noticed that seasonal job postings were outpacing postings for full-time work. Maybe good news for the many people who rely on seasonal employment, not such a great signal from the labor market overall.